I'm glad you're here. I don't know what today looked like for you. Maybe it was heavy. Maybe it was lonely. Maybe you smiled all day and cried the moment you got in the car. Maybe you have been carrying something for so long you have forgotten what it feels like to put it down. This video is for you, not the polished version of you, not the version you post online, the real one, the tired one, the one who is still trying. For the next 15 minutes, I just need you to stay with me because what I have to say to you matter and you deserve to hear this. Let me describe someone to you. She wake up in the morning and the first thing she does is check her phone. Not because she want to, but because somewhere along the way she started measuring her world in notifications and responses and whether people remembered her. She has goals, big ones, dreams she wrote down in the notebook she hides in the drawer because saying them out loud feels not important. She loves deeply, sometimes too deeply. She gives pieces of herself to people and situations that don't always give back. She compares herself consistently to her friends, to strangers on internet, to the woman she thought she would be by now. She overthinks, she overextends, she over apologizes. And at the end of the day, when everything is quiet and everyone has gone to bed, she lays there and wonders, am I doing enough? Am I enough? Do you know her? Because I do. That woman is you. And I need you to know that everything I just described, every single bit of it, does not make you broken. It makes you human. It makes you a woman living in the world that asks too much of her and give too little grace in return. You're not feeling, you're feeling. And there is different. Can we talk about the message you have been receiving your whole life? From the time you were a little girl, the world starts handling you a script. Be pretty, but not too much. Be smart, but don't be very smart. Be confident, but stay humble. Be ambitious, but don't neglect your relationship. Be soft, but not weak. Be strong, but still need people. Be everything all at once without compliment. And somehow, somewhere along the way, you started believing that if you could do all of that perfectly, something was wrong with you. But I need you to hear this clearly. There was never anything wrong with you. The standards were wrong. The pressures was wrong. The idea that you have to earn your place in the rooms you were born to be in, that was wrong. You didn't feel the world. The world was never built for you. You are not too sensitive. They feel things deeply because you are alive in a real way that this world try to numb out of people. You are not too ambitious. You have a version because you were given gifts that deserve to be used. You're not too much. You're exactly enough for the people and the purpose that are truly meant for you. Stop trying to shrink yourself in a version of you that is easier for others to accept. The world doesn't need a smaller you, it needs a full you. Your 20s and 30s, nobody told you the truth about them, did they? They made it look like the decade was supposed to be best years of your life, effortlessly, automatically, like you would graduate or hit a certain age and suddenly have clarity, confidence, the right, the relationship, the right career, the right apartment, the right body, the right everything. But what actually happened, you figured out that adulting is exhausting and nobody actually has it together. You lost friendship you would last forever. You love people who weren't ready to love you back. You made choices you wish you could redo. You stayed in the situation too long because leaving felt scary. You chased version of success that turned out to be someone else's dream. And through all of that, you're still expected to look okay, still expected to post something inspiring, still expect to show up for everyone else. But here's the truth about season like this. They are not sign that you're behind. They are sign that you're growing. Growth is not always visible. It is not always loud. Sometimes growth looks like sitting with discomfort and choosing not to run. Sometimes it looks like ending something that was comfortable but wrong. Sometimes it looks like crying in the shower and getting up anyway. You're not stuck. You're in a season, and season change. Hold on. I want to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. How do you talk to yourself? Not out loud, in your head, in the quiet internal voice that runs commonly in your life all day. Is she kind to you? Or does she sound like your worst person? Does she say things like, you should have done better? Why can't you get it together? Look at everyone else. What's wrong with you? Because for so many women, the voice is the loudest in the room. And here's what breaks my heart about that. You would never speak to someone you love that way. You would never talk and talk your best friend like that and say, you're so behind. You're not doing enough. You're too much. You're not enough. You would hold her. You would remind her of how far she is coming. You would list every single reason she deserves to be proud. Why does she get your commission and you don't? You're someone worth being kind to. You're someone worth being patient with. You're someone worth showing up for. Even the day you like the less interesting, less together, less worthy version of yourself, especially on those days. Start talking to yourself like you're someone you love because you are. You just have to remember that healing is not before and after photo. It is not a moment where everything suddenly clicked and you woke up one morning completely at peace with every part of your life. Healing is slow. It is non-linear. It's quiet. It looked like setting a boundary and feeling quietly about it anyway and doing it anyway. It looked like choosing rest over productivity and fighting every instant that tell you rest and laziness. It looked like going to therapy and crying for an hour and driving home feeling like you didn't make any progress and showing up again next week. It looked like forgiving yourself for things you did when you were younger and didn't know better, for the relationship you stayed too long, for the opportunity you didn't take because fear was louder than fit, for the version of yourself you abandoned to make someone else comfortable. She forgives you. The younger version of you did the best she could with what she had, and this version of you is doing the same. Give herself the grace you give everyone else. Healing doesn't have a deadline. You're allowed to take as long as you need. I want to talk about the woman you have been waiting to become. The one who has it together. The one who knows her world. The one who talks in the room with confidence. The one who isn't hunted by old wounds. The one who loves herself fully and without condition. You have been treating her like a destination, like a somebody when I lose the weight, when I get the promotion, when I heal from this, when I figure it out, and then I will be here. But I need you to look at yourself right now. Look what you have survived. Look at every hard conversation you had that you didn't think you could get through. Every time you choose to keep going when everything you wanted to stop you. Every time you laughed again after being hurt. Every time you started over. Every time you choose hope when disappear would be easier. You're already here. She's not waiting for you at the finish line. She has been here the whole time, showing up in the way you have been too hard on yourself to notice. You're already brave, already resilient, already worthy, already enough, and you don't have to become her. You just have to recognize her. So, here is what I want you to take with you today. You're not behind. You're exactly where your story need to be. You're not too much. You're the right amount for the right people. You're not broken. You're in the middle of something beautiful that hasn't finished yet. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to shrink yourself to be loved. You don't have to fix everything before you decide you deserve good things. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to start over as many times as you need. You're allowed to be proud of yourself right now, today, before any single things change. And on the days when you forget all of this, when the noise gets loud and the compression creeps in and you feel like you're falling behind some invisible timeline that was never even yours to begin with. Come back here and remember, you're still here. The woman who kept going, the woman who chose herself, the woman who was always, always enough. I see you and I am so proud of you.